Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number 582. This is an 8-inch surface bolt in 32D finish. What's special about the 582 is the fact that it can be padlocked in either the locked or unlocked position, or of course just left unlocked altogether. The 582 is available in two lengths. This is the 8-inch version. It's also available in 12-inch. This is the 32D version. That means two things. It means, first of all, that it's solid stainless steel. There's a compression style spring back here. That's not stainless. That'll be steel based. But the balance of this is all stainless steel. And it means that it is in the satin finish, a brushed finish. Okay. Very nice quality bolt. It is in alignment with other Rockwood, scores of other Rockwood items that I've reviewed. The quality of the fit and finish is always very excellent, even on something fairly utilitarian like a stainless surface bolt that you can padlock. It's great quality fit and finish is what it is. Okay, now let's get first of all, there is a link below this video to a document called template. Yes, template is what it's called, and that will show you the important dimensional properties of the item. And the drawing doesn't really jive. You know, a typical sort of measurement on a surface bolt like this, when they call it 8-inch, it's generally the length of the bolt itself. The drawing that they've got here is simply not correct how they're showing it. The overall length of the bolt is 8-inch. It has a projection of 1 1/8, and that is governed by the fact that it will stop here and at that pin. So that dimension is 1 1/8. Okay. Now, what's nice about this bolt versus others is that you get everything that you need to install it. So you're not only going to get sheet metal screws and machine screws, should you be drilling and tapping into a reinforced hollow metal door, but you're going to get a rim strike. That's stainless as well. And there's dimensions on all these items in that link to the template, but we'll go over it quickly. 2-inch wide, 2 3/4 inch. Back side of the strike to the center of that hole looks like it's about 2 5/16 roughly. Okay. You're going to get a mortise strike. 2 2.5 by 15/16. Then you're going to get an L strike. Overall, 2.5. The angle with the hole in it, 15/16. The angle with the screw holes in it, again, 15/16. Now, where you're going to install these strikes simply, or which one you're going to use, I should say, will simply depend on how you're installing it. The fact of the matter is, you could, with these 3 strikes, you can mount it any way, and probably more than one given an installation. A rim strike is very common if you're installing it on the pull side of an in-swinging door. If you're on the inside, you could very easily mortise this to your wood frame, surface mount your strike onto the face of the door, and you're done. If you are doing a pair of doors that swing out, you would, if you're going to mount this up at the top, you could surface mount that, what is otherwise a mortise strike. You wouldn't mortise it to an existing hollow metal frame. You just surface mount that. That'd be typical. If you were going to be installing it on a pull side application in the double door kind of idea, you'd install that right to the header, and then your bolt's going to come just like this. Okay. We're also showing the L strike used in a push mount sort of application, where that would all work very well, just like this. Okay. And it's all stainless steel. It's a great, very flexible sort of bolt to use in all those installations, and you can padlock it open or closed. Why you would do that? Well, certainly you wouldn't do that if it was a point of emergency egress. You would not use this bolt at all, something that you can padlock. But you might have a situation that requires you to have control over a door. Think of a pair of doors into a cooler in a restaurant, and you've got all the shrimp on the inside of there. You'd need to know that at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock when the manager goes home, that the shrimp will be there when he comes back to work the next morning. It's a real story. So that would be an application for potentially something like this. Construction sites, very typical. You need to be able to padlock the door closed because it's a construction site. No one goes in until the superintendent gets there. Okay, whatever the application. There's also a link below this video to a document called Product Brochure, and that's very handy because it will allow you to review this 582-8 against Rockwood's other bolts, namely the 580, and that's the standard surface bolt. It's the same thing, just you can't padlock it. Then there's the 585. Now that's a serious bolt because the thickness of the material is 3/4 inch. It's 3/4 inch solid key stock, whereas this one might be 3/4 inch wide, but it is not 3/4 thick. It's only, you know, it's just heavy on a 1/4 inch. So that 585 is this bolt, but 3/4 inch thick over here. A substantial bolt. We've sold that to government sort of installations in the past. Private industry, power plants, you know, incredibly heavy-duty surface bolts would be that 580. Very nice sort of item is what that is. Finally, below this video are the technical details of, you know, just a summary of everything we've talked about. A listing of all the screws that you're going to get, the 1024, the 10x1, 1032 for the strikes. Includes a universal top strike and a mortise bottom strike along with the L bolt. Sex bolts are available at an additional charge, or by all means reach out to us if you need to order this bolt with through bolts or sex bolts as they're commonly called. That would be very typical and common, and in my opinion you'd want to order it that way immediately. If you knew your hollow metal door was not reinforced, order the through bolts immediately if you don't have any other way to come up with them. We did say that it was an 1.25 inch projection. Let's just test that. Yeah, that would be indeed the case. The distance from the mounting pad to the pin, 1 1/8. And again, all stainless steel and a brushed finish. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up the full-line Rockwood catalog and review all things trim and auxiliary hardware related. If you have more than an occasional need for trim and auxiliary hardware, by all means familiarize yourself with their product catalog because the name Rockwood Manufacturing is synonymous with that category of hardware. If you have any questions on the Rockwood 582-8 in a 32D finish, stainless steel, or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. There's one more dimension that I want to give, and that's the inside diameter of the hole for the padlock hasp. 0.375, so 3/8 of an inch diameter here. Any questions on this or any other Rockwood item, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.